Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Improver class. I hope you're all looking forward to tonight's topic, length and force in no trumps. I know I'm really looking forward to it, and any help I can get with no trumps is a good thing. Now, if anyone has any problems with technical issues, and I hope you don't, but if you do, there's a banner that's up the top of the chat box. And if you click on that, it will take you into an area and get you some assistance. I've also tried at times using the link, the classroom link, which will log you out and log you back in. And if all else fails, try the golden widget down in the left-hand corner or an email to Bajir at hello@Learnbridge Online. So I hope you're all going to feel really comfortable asking Jack questions or putting up your answers, because there's no wrong answers when you're learning. It's just all about the journey. So I must hit the record button now so that we can make sure that all the people who can't be with us this morning have an opportunity to replay the lesson and have a look at it in their own good time. So I'll just see if Jack's ready to come on down and start the class. Recording is active. That's a very good thing.
Morning, Franny.
Oh, good morning. You're back. I wasn't sure whether you'd be back from Portugal or what the story was.
Yeah, no, I was only there for a week, so.
Only.
It was lovely. Yes, it was a lovely week. But yes, I got back last Thursday, so I've been here now in the UK. I'm here for the next couple of weeks, and then in a mystery location in about 10 days, 2 weeks' time.
Oh dear. Okay. And have you had much good weather to get out on the golf course?
Yes, I've been out on the golf course a couple of times. I've been playing with my 11-year-old son. He's a bit love-hate with golf at the moment. But no, the weather's been great here at last few days, Franny. So fingers crossed anyway.
All right. Well, I can't wait for tonight's lesson. So I better get out of your way and enjoy.
Yes, because of course it's evening for you and morning for us, you see, in the UK.
Yes. And freezing cold for me.
Oh
Absolutely.
dear. Oh yes, you've got a jacket on or a scarf or something.
That's right. And you'll see all the animals are dozing on the couch behind me. So
I can see them, yes, in the background. That's lovely. Well, thank you, Franny. I'll see you in about an hour.
Okay.
Thank you, Franny, for the intro. And warm welcome. It is a warm welcome today if you're watching in replay. Many of you do, so it could be the afternoon or the evening. Let's get going. Joe's asking, how's the lesson started? Because nothing coming through on my phone. It's starting now, Joe. So the next 2 weeks, we're concentrating on declarer play. So important, you know, it's one thing bidding to the right contract. It's another thing then making the contract. So we're looking at length and force in no trumps today. Of course, length of suit is the most important asset in bridge. If ever you were dealt 13 cards in spades, you would be unstoppable, but you'll never get 13 cards unless there's been a fake deal. Probably the longest suit you'll ever be dealt is 9 or 10 cards. In no trumps, 5-card suits or more are very useful. I think most of you know I refer to them as gold dust. So let's have a first question here. On a good day, like perhaps when you win the lottery, maybe not as, that's quite rare, how many tricks can declare make out of this heart suit in 3 no trumps? Given that you're allowed to lose a trick or two. But on a good day, how many tricks could you make out of that? Morning, Ellie. So we've got a 5-card suit there. I think what you've got to think about, just a clue, is how the suit divides. So the first thing I would do if I looked at that suit, say I've got 7 between us. The opponents have got 6. So that's the first thing I would say to myself. How am I hoping 6 will divide? 3 and 3. but that only happens 36% of the time. 4-2, more likely 48%, for those who like percentages. And you're allowed to lose a trick here. Well, is it 3 or is it 4, everyone? Should we have a look at the answer? It's 4. Yeah. If the suit divides 3 and 3 on your lucky day, you'll only lose 1 trick. And actually, the best play in no trumps, the best play of that heart suit would be to duck a trick first. If you're going to lose a trick, lose it early, is a common maxim in no trumps. That says Queen Jack 10 to the left. Good. Even if the hearts divide 4-2, you'd still be worth playing on this suit because you'd lose 2 to gain 1. And that's still a good equation in no trumps, losing 2 to gain 1, as long as you can afford to. Okay, slightly different this hand. The only difference is I put in the Jack of Hearts here. How many tricks could we make, again, on a really good day with that combination, if everything goes your way? So just imagine how you want the hearts to divide, and then imagine where you want the Queen of Hearts to be. Yeah, actually, we can make all 5 tricks. Yeah, that's right, Sandy. We need the Queen of Hearts to our left. So we can make courtesy, and there's a little girl curtsying to Michelle Obama, I think. Of the heart finesse, yeah, play low to the Jack, which wins. Cash the Ace King. Because they divide evenly, 3-3, you make all 5 tricks. Courtesy of length and finesse. Let's play our first hand on BBO. Always good to practice hands, especially in this declare a play lesson. 1 heart by North. Straightforward. 1 spade by South. Yeah, mentioning the 4-card major first. North comes back 2 clubs. Show their shape. 5 and 4. 5 hearts and 4 clubs. What does South do now, if anything, with their 11 points, do you think? What's their best bidders? Responders rebid, we call it. How can we show our point count mainly? We don't have a fit, do we? Morning, Beetle, Stuart, Verona, Caroline, Eta, Sandy, Juliet. Yeah, it's perfect for 2 no trumps. So some improvers get this one wrong. This is 10 to 12 points, okay? The way to remember that is that the 1 no trump response is 6 to 9. The 2 no trump response is 10 to 12, but you would always offer a suit first, generally. You wouldn't bid 2 no trumps straight away. Offer the suit first, and then on responders rebid, bid 2 no trumps if you've got 10 to 12. Mary's just made it. Well done, Mary. And with 14, North takes the average of 11 points from South, so that's 25. Fourth highest lead. Standard in no trumps, unless partners bid. You'd lead their suit if partners bid. And fine to lead away from an ace in no trumps. This would be the cardinal sin in a trump contract. I would never lead away from an ace. I'd lead anything else, a trump, whatever. Good, well, planning stage. Can we just count our certain tricks? Can we practice that? How many certain tricks have we got? Yes, Stuart, I'd always show a 4-card major at the 1 level rather than bid 1 no trump, yes. Correct. So if it went 1 club suit, I'd always bid a 4-card suit before bidding 1 no trump. No, Judy, because the 2 no trump bid from South shows the diamond stopper anyway. They're literally just doing it on point count. How many certain tricks have we got? Is it 4 or is it 5? Seems to be a slight difference of opinion. Morning, Phil B. Amalie, Rekha, Noli, PJ. Well, there's 4. Count them in suits. So there's 4 in spades. You've got ace, king, queen, jack. And the ace of hearts is 5. So extras clearly coming from hearts, the gold dust, and diamonds. You might make one in clubs as well. Right, I think we're ready to play. Okay, there's one extra trick. What do we do at trick 2, do you think? What card should we play at trick 2 now? Morning, Juliet. So remember the 3-stage plan. Count certain tricks, should only take a second or 2. Number 2, look for the extras. I've actually done that. And number 3 in no trumps, most important of all, of course, is go for extras first. Play like the tortoise, not the hare. Great, so we can play a heart. Well done. And the finesse wins. What do we do next? We're on dummy with a jack of hearts. That's fortuitous that the king and the queen were with West. Well, I would play the ace of hearts here. There's no point doing it. We can't do another finesse. The finesse position's gone. So there's no point coming back to hand now. I think that's quite important. So ace of hearts. Janice is in a warm London, which is nice. And now, what do we do next? Tim, good morning. Eata's in Ireland. Strong Irish contingent. Fred's in Hammersmith. Hi, Fred. PJ. Yeah, of course, it's lose to win now. Don't discard a spade, because that'd be giving away a trick. Good. Lose to win. I think, when you first start playing bridge, people are nervous about losing tricks early on. The more you play, of course, the more experience you get, the more comfortable you become with losing tricks early and no trumps. They continue with a diamond, let's say. We can now get to dummy with our entry, the king of spades. And I'm not going to ask the question because you'll see that these are what we call length winners. That heart suit, it was our lucky day today, was worth 4 tricks to us. Spade can go. We'll keep a diamond, I think. Glad that summer's arrived for you in Ireland, Noli too. Spade can go. I'm just trying to think what we're going to get rid of. Diamond, I think. Doesn't matter too much. Which spade do we play, the queen or the 2? That's interesting. Clearly, we need to just take our winners now. But do we play the queen of spades or the 2? Or do you think it matters? I'm sure that after these next 2 online lessons, this week and next week, you're going to become more confident in no trumps. Lots of people don't like playing no trumps. They are harder. Yeah, very important to play the highest of your shorter holding. Otherwise, the suit would be blocked if you played the 2. They can throw their clubs, I think. Jack of spades. And we're not bothered about the rest. We'll try a club. But East, of course, has cleverly held on to their diamond. So they do make the last few tricks. But we've actually made 10 tricks there, an over trick. So that'd be a great result in your online duplicate or face-to-face at your bridge club. Good. The gold dust again being the key there. Yeah, I mean, even if the king, queen of hearts had been with East, you'd have lost 2 tricks, but gained 2. Yeah. Here, of course, we only lost one trick, which was great. Right, let's move on back to the classroom. Caroline, don't worry. I know it's easy to do a typo when you're typing quickly. Okay, let's have another look at 6-card suit this time. So I sometimes call this platinum dust. 6-card suits. If it's a good day, well, a reasonable day, let's say. It doesn't have to be a particularly good day. How many tricks can we make from that club suit in total? So we've got 8 between us, haven't we? Well, let's hope they divide 3 and 2, which is 68%. You know, really it's quite likely 3 and 2. We're going to make 5 there. Not all 6, no. It'd be impossible to make all 6. Should we have a look? There you go. That's Queen 10, 3 to the left. And again, if I was playing this suit, I would duck a club early on. Would be good technique. If you're going to lose a trick, lose it early. But yeah, as long as they divide 3 and 2, 5 tricks there. It's all about playing hands today. Let's go back to BBO. A hand 2. Of course, 2 of these hands you can practice after the lesson, and then click the next button to it's 1 diamond, isn't it? 17 points. Yeah, you play the 2 downloadable hands they've got a little tick next to them. You play them out yourselves, and then if you want to know how I play them out correctly, press the next button and just click, 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 and it takes you around quite quickly. Where are you on the south hand there? Are you 1 no trump or are you 2 clubs? What do you think? 8 points? Well, hopefully you're practicing your bridge in the summer months every now and again when you can. Thursday afternoons at 2, I believe. Monday nights at 7. And they play at other times as well. Just contact the friendly Shauna, who's in charge of the WhatsApp group, if you haven't done so already. We can pass on her contact details. 1 or 2 naughty ones bidding 2 clubs. That's naughty. The Bridge Prison Bus, I'm afraid, has got your name on it. 6 months for bidding 2 clubs there. What you do is you apply the rule of 14 to see if you can bid a new suit at the 2 level. So rule of 14, as Sandy has said, you haven't got enough points. It's 8 points. Total points in the hand, which is 8. Added to the number of cards in your longest suit, which is 5. Only comes to 13. I stick to the rule of 14 like glue. I definitely bid 1 no trump there. Good. Yeah, we all forget things, Juliet. So it's a definite 1 no trump for me. Anything more from North with 17? Yeah, new suit at the 2 level is 10 points or 9 points in a 5-card suit, passing the rule of 14. What next for North, if anything? 17. Yeah, perfect for 2 no trumps. Invitation to game. That bid, by the way, shows 17, 18 points. It's an invitation to game. With 15, 16, I would pass opposite a dustbin, knowing there's really no chance of game. And South responded. Do they accept the invitation? RSVP? Or do they pass? Yeah. 6 or 7 women invited to game, so 6 or 7 we pass. 8 or 9 accept the invitation. Top of the range. And just practice the opening lead. Which heart does West lead? 2-3, no trumps. It's good to practice opening lead. This is why this chat box is so good for those live and also for those in replay. Would never be able to do this in a face-to-face class. No one would put their hand up and dare to give the answer in case they got it wrong. So it's really interactive. Some might have forgotten. Most of you are in the chat box leading the queen. Yes. Remember, it is the longest suit. It's top of 3 touching honours. Queen, Jack, 10x lead the queen. King, Queen, Jack, X lead the king. Okay. Should we just count certain tricks? Might as well. How many certain ones? Going at each suit in turn. Remember, to count a certain trick, the suit must have the ace. Six, isn't it? Ace, king of spades, ace of hearts, ace, king of clubs, ace of diamonds. And I've already looked for extras. Should we play low from dummy, do you think, or should we win the ace? That's our next dilemma. Should we duck it, or should we play the ace? Yeah, Slam Duck's made an appearance. Hello, everyone. That's Slam Duck. Doesn't need her wellies today, but they've come in very useful over the winter months. So Slam Duck says duck, yes. An encouraging 9 of hearts there for those who've done signalling. Of course, they'd always continue with hearts. Duck again. If you've ducked once, it's generally best to duck twice. Noli, it is 4th highest in no trumps, but there are exceptions. And the main exception is when you've got a sequence of 3 honours. Then you lead the top of those honours. Otherwise, you end up giving a trick away. So yeah, it is 4th highest, except when you've got 3 touching honours in your longest suit. Happy to help out there, Noli. Okay. We've ducked twice, which is good. Good technique in no trumps. I wouldn't do that in a trump contract, though, unless you know exactly what you're doing. Carries a serious health warning. What card do we play from dummy now as North? A few exceptions, Ellie. I wouldn't say so many. But generally, a lot of bridge is learning to play the rules and sticking by them. Then after that, knowing when to break the rules. But if you stick to the rules most of the time, Ellie, you will become, well, you already might be an accomplished bridge player. I generally stick to the rules, but I do bend them occasionally. Yes, we must get the gold dust going. Look at those lovely clubs. Right. Let's go for the gold dust. What card do we play from Declarer now as South? Should we win with the ace of the king, or should we duck? Interesting. We've reached the crux of the hand. Quite a few playing the ace or the king here. Quite a few ducking it. I say about 50-50. I have to tell you, the right answer, if you're going to lose a trick here, which you always will, you're best to duck. Let's just see what happens if you make a mistake of playing the ace king. Look what happens. I'll just show you. Because it's very easily done with this brilliant program. I played the ace king of clubs. Now I lose one. Okay. But is there any chance of getting back to our hand? 0. Yeah, those 9 in the 8 of clubs are stranded because Declarer was entryless. Exactly, Sam. You can't get back to hand because it's got no entry, no high card, no ace, no king. So let's go back in time. So I think it's very useful to show you that. Not easy to duck, though. I mean, that is a good play for a more experienced player. That will be you after today. And they can't harm us in hearts, you see. They can take their heart. Scarlet diamonds. But hearts were 4-4. So that was no problem. Let's say they come back a spade, put on the jack, covers with the queen, of course. But now we revert back to the gold dust, the clubs. As long as they're 3 and 2, we're going to make all these ones. Look. Yeah, it's a 70% chance. So yes, now you see, having ducked, we preserve the entry. What will they throw? Spades. Okay, so we've taken our club winners. Trying not to look at the east-west cards. Would you finesse the diamond here by playing the queen if you could only see those cards in dummy? I know you can see east-west. It's not, you know, it's hard not to see them. But would you in real life finesse to the queen? You need to make the rest of the tricks. We need to make the last 3. Would you, in all honesty, have the confidence to play to the queen? I know you're an honest lot. I'm playing paddle tennis this afternoon. Great game. If you've never played it, encourage you to play it. Really easy to play. Any age. Paddle. Comes highly recommended. We have to, whether you like to or not. It's your only chance of making the contract. Because if you play the ace, you'll lose to the king and go 1 down. So you have to take 50-50 finesses. When it's the only chance of making the contract. So fortunately for us, fingers crossed, that was our 9th trick, wasn't it? But you do have to have the confidence, I'm afraid, to do that. That only comes with play. There we go. 3 no trumps made. That's 400. Actually, we're vulnerable in red, so that's 600. Again, a well-played hand. That would be a great result for you in your club duplicate. Ducking the club is not an easy play to make. At least 50% would have gone down when this hand was played before lockdown. So if you didn't duck the club, you were actually in quite good company. Back to the classroom. Yeah, for those who like percentages and common division of suits, I don't carry many percentages around in my head. I'm not intelligent enough, funnily enough. Although you might think I am, I'm not. But here we go. 7 cards. The opponents have got 6. It is more likely that they're 4 and 2. 48%. 8 cards, like we've just seen. The opponents have got 5. That's 3-2. 68%. If you're missing 4 cards, it's 50%. And 10 cards, missing 3, 2-1 is 78%. So there we go. That's the common division of the suits. You just need to know that 4-2 is more likely, really. Okay, you're playing in 1 no trump here. And again, it's a good day. It's your only chance of extra tricks is this 5-card suit. How many could you make there, do you think? Given that you're going to lose a few. You've got 7 between you. So that's the thing about 1 no trump. You can afford to lose. I know you won't like playing 1 no trump. I actually see it as a challenge now. I actually enjoy it. But you can afford to lose 6 tricks. And quite often when I play 1 no trump, I'll lose the first 5 or 6 tricks. Not the first 5 or 6, but I will lose 5 or 6 tricks before getting my winners. Yeah, let's assume they divide 3 and 3. On a good day, you're going to make 2 extras. Should we look at the answer? Yeah, for honor split, something like that. You'll lose 3, but win 2. Yeah, tortoise, not the hare. Did you see that picture of the tortoise being taken off a tube track in London? It held up the train or something. Seemed a bit crazy to me. Right. So that's just to emphasize how important gold dust is. Beetle saw it, yes. Or Beetle, you are an animal lover. Should we play hand 3 on BBO? Great to play as many hands as we can. Nice to have a few joining us from the Monday class as well. Special guests. What would you open on the south hand? What do you got? 13 points? Good. You're all bidding one no trump in the chat box. Yes, 5332. And anything from the north hand, responder? I recommend opening one no trump on any 5-card suit, even a major suit. Although your bridge club members won't agree with that, because they were taught bridge quite a long time ago. North has got 6 points. Well, whenever anyone opens one no trump, you think of your hand in terms of 0 to 10. So 0 to 10 without a 5-card suit, you pass. Good. Quite common, isn't it? Certain tricks. How many are you counting? And looking for extras. Always sparse. Well, not always, often sparse in one no trump. That's why people don't like playing it. But you just have to get on with it. It's how the bidding goes. You must always think to yourself in a duplicate competition, and if you're in a nasty contract, you just got to remember, and I always do this, everyone else is in the same nasty contract probably. You just have to do a bit better than them if you can. We got 3, yes. Ace, king of hearts, and the ace of diamonds. Extra tricks? Well, I think I've spotted where they will come from. Have you? Let's play. Okay, so we win the trick with the queen, which is a bonus. Which card do we play next, do you think? From Declara, south. Win south's hand. Well, the only chance is the gold dust here. You might make an extra one from spades. Might make 2 on a good day. But no, clubs are the key. Well done. Second player play low to the 10. And what card precisely do you think East plays now? Don't worry, Ellie, I believe you. Thousands wouldn't. Which card precisely should East play? So it's East who's on lead. Well, what do you think if you're watching in replay? Well, I would return partner's suit nearly always. It keeps them in a good mood. And remember, it's top of a remaining doubleton. So the 10 is correct, Sandy. PJ, well done. Top of a remaining doubleton. Just like if you're leading a doubleton. High, low. We're going to duck this one. And we're back in with the ace of diamonds. Yeah. Which card should we play next, do you think? From Declara's hand. Yeah, we're back on with the clubs. Probably play the jack to force out the king, queen. Doesn't make too much difference. Okay, they cash their king of diamonds. A spade will have to go. Keep our clubs, of course. And they switch to dummy's weakest suit. Would it be a spade? Would it be a heart? I think I'd switch to a heart. But we're back on with the clubs. Let's say they continue with their hearts. Hang on a second. Let me just work this one. Yes, continue with the hearts. Win with the ace. And we've got our 2 club winners here, look. 6 of clubs. Just give up a spade at the end. That would be right, Caroline, yes. Yes, Stuart, you're an honest person, but you will be on that prison bus at 12:05. Yes, Stayman, for those who've learned it, 11 plus points over 1 no trump. For those who haven't, we're doing it in a few weeks' time. So, yeah, hard earned 1 no trump there. Let's move back to the classroom. Okay, so length and force. Force is when declarer can make extra tricks by forcing out honor cards. Okay, finesse is 50-50. Length is 5 or 6 card suit, or sometimes a 4 card suit. So this tortoise-like strategy is essential in both no trump and trump contracts. And there is a force, look, in the, should we call it the Lake District? So, by forcing out the ace of diamonds, how many tricks can you make out of this diamond suit in 3 no trumps? The answer is 3. Yeah. King, Queen, Jack, 10 for 100%. You know, there's no kind of maybes. Once the ace of diamonds is out, you've made 3 tricks. So force is a great way of making extras. Lose 1 to win 3. How about this one? Again, we can use the force. There's no finessing here. How many can we make once we've forced out the ace, king of diamonds here? 2. Yep. Once the ace, king of diamonds have gone, for a certain, because we've got the queen, jack, the 10 and the 9, we're going to make 2 extra tricks. So lose 2 to win 2. A very good tortoise-like strategy. Yeah, in no trumps, it'd be the same in trump contracts as well, once you've drawn out the trumps. This one, you're in 1 no trump this time. Jack 10, 9, 8, 7. I've been quite kind. I've given you the 9, the 8, and the 7. Just so there's no doubt about how many we're going to make. So by forcing out the ace, king, queen, how many will we make here? And thinking about 1 no trump, you do have a lot of time on your hands. You can lose 6 tricks. Sally AD. Yeah, Liz W. Sarah. Emily, yes, of course. You'll lose 3, but then for certainty you'll make 2. Yeah. Again, a good equation in no trumps. Losing 3. It's what Jeremy Clarkson couldn't understand when he failed to learn bridge a few years ago. He didn't understand lose to win. You can read his article on my website, yorkshirebridge.co.uk. Yeah, have a look at my website, by the way. I don't often publicise it here. I'll just put it in the yorkshirebridge.co.uk. There you go. That's my own personal website. And you can, if you go to the, what's it called? About Us, you can read Jeremy Clarkson's article. I thought it's very funny on learning bridge. It's still there. When am I coming to Ireland now? I don't know, Caroline. I'd love to come at some point. Juliet's having a quick peek now. Yeah, yorkshirebridge.co.uk is my own personal website. There's a few interesting things on there. Right. Should we go and play hand 4 meanwhile on BBO? But yes, if you've ever struggled to learn bridge, then sympathise with Jeremy Clarkson in his article. I thought it was funny anyway. Right. It's a 1-no trump, isn't it? 12 to 14. What next for North? 19 points. What do we think? 19. And we have done this lesson a few weeks ago, by the way. What is your best bid, do you think? I think what you've got to be thinking to yourselves, if you're watching in replay, I'm sure you're doing this and getting your vibes. Have you got enough to bid 6 no trumps? Remember, 33 for 6 NT is the rhyme. So if you had 21 points as North, you would actually bid straight to 6 no trumps. This is wrong, by the way. But if you had 21 balanced hand, you bid to 6 no trumps. Yes, Ellie. Well, I'm afraid this lesson came a day too late for you, because what you should have done is bid 4 no trumps, showing 19 or 20 points. Inviting slam. Yeah. It might happen tomorrow night, Ellie. And South with 14. What do they do, if anything? So bidding slams 6 no trumps, it should be relatively easy, because it's just all about point count. Bidding slams of a suit is really hard. 6 hearts or 6 clubs, because that's more to do with shape and points and experience. Although we will be doing more slam lessons at a later date on unbalanced hands. And yeah, they either pass or accept the invitation with a maximum 14. Good. Okay, so good little bit of refresher on the bidding there from a few weeks ago. Right, well, no pressure, but you can afford to lose one trick. Clearly going to be the ace of diamonds. How many certain tricks have we got here? Can we just count those up a second? How many certain tricks? It's not always easy counting certain tricks. It's easy when you know how. Ten isn't a popular answer. 9 is popular too. Is it 9 or 10? It's one of the two. Is it 9 or is it 10? Well, there's 4 spade tricks there, 4 winners in spades. 3 in hearts is 7. Ace, king of clubs, 8, 9. Okay, so 9 is the answer. Can't count any in diamonds because we're missing the ace. Okay, so we need 3 extra tricks. Where are they coming from? Well, I've made up my mind. Which card do we play from dummy now? Trick 2. We're on the dummy. Hi, Mandy. Oh, Jill PM's with us. Not to be confused with Jill AM. Hi, Jill. The oldie but a goldie. Yes, we must get the diamonds going. It's our only chance of extra tricks. The gold dust. Well, we might make one from clubs. That'd be very risky to take the club finesse so early on. So the king of diamonds wins. That's good news. What do we do next? Really good news, actually, because if it actually lost to the ace of diamonds, we'd be in trouble. We wouldn't be able to make more than 1 trick in diamonds if it had lost to the ace. We'd have to fall back on the clubs, which would be risky. What do we do next? Do we play the queen of diamonds or something else? Well, we've just taken a winning finesse by playing a low card towards our honor card, haven't we? So what we need to do, as many of you have suggested in the chat box, is to repeat the finesse. Yeah, this is the key. Easiest way to get dummies with the ace of clubs. Now we play another diamond towards the queen. And East is fixed. I mean, they could play their ace if they wanted to, but that's fine. Let's say they play low. The queen wins. Right, so we've just made 2 extra tricks. Still need one more though. What do we do next, do you think? Knowing that East has played the 10 of diamonds followed by the jack. Yeah, lose to win time. Almost certainly East has only got the ace left. Be careful not to discard a spade because we need those. That club's useless. Ace of diamonds is brought out. The diamonds have divided 3-3. Let's say they come back a heart. Partner suit. But now you see, we've got, let's marvel at that length winner. And again, it's not easy this. When this hand was played before lockdown, at least half of the class would be defeated. So, club goes away. Got all winners now. We can relax. King of spades. Queen. Just taking winners now. Jack of spades. There's an overlap of winners. And the club. There we go. 990. Nice little 500-point bonus for bidding slam there. Normally it'd be 690. Normally be 490. 500-point bonus. For bidding a non-vulnerable slam. 750 bonus if it's vulnerable. Would be the top result, Elliot. No one's going to get better than that. And again, you see that it had to be played quite carefully, that hand. You know, playing towards those king, queen of diamonds twice. 2 winning finesses. I mean, if the ace, jack, 10 diamonds, or even had the ace of diamonds been with West, we would have gone 1 down. At least, actually, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Would have been 2 down, actually, I think. Yeah, 1 or 2 down. Yeah, that's why it's so important, Misty, for me to play out these hands with me going through it with my thought process, passing it on to you is really useful. Right, let's just go back to the classroom for a minute. Oh, that's remembering 3 things. We'll do that at the end. We'll play another hand on BBO first. Our final hand, probably. Right. Oh, it's another 1 no trump opener. Definite pass from West. Only 7 points. You need at least 8 points to overcall at the 2 level, and you're vulnerable. Interesting though. Over to North. 6 clubs and 12 points. What do you think your best bid would be there? Just wait a minute for the answers to come in. If you're watching in replay, you've got slightly longer because you can press the pause button, but what would you think there? I think what you need to think to yourselves, what do you think the best contract might be here? Interesting. Lots of different answers. We've got 2 clubs. We've got 3 clubs. We've got 2 no trumps. We've got 3 no trumps. The right answer is there. Choose between 2 clubs. Should be Stamen for those who've learnt it. For those who haven't, it's a weak takeout. That would be my worst choice. 3 clubs jumping. Well, I actually like 3 no trumps there. It's by far my favourite bid there. Only 1 or 2 of you bid 3 no trumps in the chat box, but full marks if you did. And full marks if you did that at home as well. Because it's a really good 12. Some of you are bidding 2 no trumps, 11 or 12, but that 12 points, that 6-card suit is platinum dust. It's worth an extra point or two. So really, North has like a 13 or 14 point hand. I mean, some of you bid 3 clubs, that's okay. You know, that's forcing to game, and South would bid 3 no trumps now. So I don't mind 3 clubs. It's 100% forcing. South would always bid something. Not worried about the spades really, Phil, no. I mean, I just wouldn't worry about the spades or the hearts. Partner's got 12 to 14 points. They've almost certainly got something in spades. We're really just doing this on a point count. Okay, but that bid is definitely one for the more experienced. I know that only 1 or 2 of you in the chat box bid 3 no trumps. But an experienced player would bid 3 no trumps. So 3 clubs is okay. You know, kind of gets the job half done. You know, you still end up in 3 no trumps. 2 no trumps, you see, would be the final contract. South wouldn't raise to game. But that 6-card suit is invaluable. Okay, so interesting in the bidding. Don't mind 3 clubs. Which spade does West lead now? So next, always good to practice opening lead. Choose between the king, the jack, or the 6. Interesting. I'll give you a clue in a minute. The clue is what we call in bridge broken sequence. Oh, Caroline's just beaten me to it. Next week, before I forget, I have told you, we're making a plan in 3 no trumps. Also, the slightly more experienced of you could come along on Monday at 9:30. We're doing discarding a certain loser, which is less than some of you may have done in the past. That's 9:30 on Monday with the intermediate. It's not too difficult. Discarding a certain loser as declarer. So that's certainly most of this class that would be applicable. The correct opening lead from a broken sequence of honours is the jack. Yeah, king, jack, 10. Not the king. The lead of a king in bridge would always promise the queen. So here the jack is either from one of 2 holdings. Will be the longest suit. It'll either be from king, jack, 10, the broken sequence, promising the 10, or it'll be jack, 10, 9, sequence headed by an honour of 3. Okay? Well done if you chose the jack of spades. Should we win the ace? Or should we duck it? We have done, of course, quite recently, actually, we did the ducking lesson, didn't we? Yeah, a few of you led the king of spades there. No, that would be wrong. That would promise the queen to partner. So well done. Jack of spades, ducked. 10, let's say. Doesn't really matter too much. Ducked again. Quack, quack. I'm keeping these clubs. Don't throw away your gold dust over anyone. Diamond goes. Okay. Very important to duck. What card do we play next as declarer South? Well, clearly the extras are coming from clubs, aren't they? So we must play a club. And which one from the dummy? So yes, next week's lesson will follow on from this quite nicely, making a plan in 3 no trumps. Yeah, we have to take the club finesse, of course, which wins. Well done. Things are looking slightly better for us. Now what? Well, I have to tell you, we only had 1 finesse position here. There's no more finessing to be done because we don't have the jack of clubs. There's no point coming back to hand. There's no more finessing to be done here. There's no finesse position. Maybe if you have the queen and the jack of clubs in dummy, yes, you come back to hand and finesse to the jack. There's no more finessing, everyone here. Quite a few of you wanted to come back to hand. No, pointless. That could be harmful. So we just play the ace of clubs, noting the fall of the king, obviously. Now what next from the dummy? Yeah, now it's lose to win time. Almost certainly East has got the jack of clubs, but we don't mind East winning the jack of clubs. Because, and this is why, some of you might be thinking to yourselves, either live or in the replay, why do we duck aces in no trumps? Well, what it does is it severs, animated caption, the communication between East and West. So because you cleverly duck the spade, you can lose the lead to East, and they've got no spades left. If you'd have won the ace of spades first time round, East would have returned the spade and you'd be 1 or 2 down. Yes, Phil, I think if the king didn't fall, I'd still play a club, yeah. Hoping that, well, I think I'd have to, Phil B, yes. I don't think we'd have much choice. We'd have to hope the spades were 4 and 4 then, because we would lose to the king with West. Yes, I mean, if West had it, they've got their spade winners, Juliet, I agree with you. But as fortune worked out, you know, luck, you know, in bridge, skill and luck go together. So they can only return a heart. But we can win on dummy. Hoping that partner might have the ace of hearts, but they don't. Win on dummy with the queen. Look, all these lovely club winners. We're running the clubs, Mandy, yes. Look what fun it is. And another one. Hang on, where is it? Yeah, we're going to make the rest. Ace of diamonds. And a heart to the ace. And a heart to the king. So we're going to make 10 tricks there. Well played, everyone. That's what I do at the end of my Pilates class. Everyone gives themselves a little clap. Very nice. So something I might start doing. 4:30, actually 6:30, because we're vulnerable. But a big good result. It was a well-played hand by you all. Ducking the spade twice, finessing the club, ace of clubs, and then losing a club. You had to do it in that order. Just back to the classroom. And then you can enjoy the rest of your day in the sunshine. Hang on a second. Yeah, just to remember 3 things. A 5-card suit in no trumps is nearly always worth establishing. Look out for the gold dust. If you don't have a 5-card suit, you go on the, you go on the 4 and the 3, or on the 4 and the 4. Secondly, you make extra tricks by forcing out higher cards. And finally, if you're going to lose a trick in no trumps, generally right to lose it early. Yeah, there'll be the odd exception. Ellie loves exceptions. Well, that is the end of the show. It's 11:57 UK time.
Well, that was fabulous, that show, Jack.
Thank you, Franny. Yeah, that was interesting to see how those, they weren't easy, those hands, were they?
No, they weren't, but you do come across similar problems when you play bridge. I think making a plan is such a good lesson that I'm really looking forward to that next week.
Yeah, it's something I do a lot online of just trying to get the students to not play too quickly at trick 1, Franny. Kind of try and make a bit of a plan, think about whether to draw trumps, or if you're at no trumps, which suit you're going to go for. Just that 3-stage plan, we call it teeing off. T. So T for counting certain tricks. E is for extras, looking for them. And the final E is for establishment.
Otherwise, you don't recognise the pitfalls, do you? You just
it all
rush
comes with
in.
experience. Obviously, once you played no trump contract, say 1,000 times, you're going to be so much experience when you just played it 10 times. So it's familiarity with the cards, Franny, just comes with practice. But I'm sure that this lesson and next week's lesson, as Caroline's just said, will install more confidence in the students when they're playing in no trumps.
It looks a bit easy when you do it, Joe.
Yeah, no, that's true. It always looks easy when I'm doing it. You're right, Franny. It's easy for me to do it from here, and I'm quite an experienced player. But obviously, it's harder when you're at the table. You've got 3 other players there live, watching you, trying to defeat you. It's obviously more nerve-wracking. Ita kept cutting out. Didn't matter, Ita. I didn't see that. Beetle says it's finally sinking in slowly. She's like the tortoise. And thank you for thank you for Ellie, Noli, Amelie, Misty, PJ. Oh, PJ said I make it look easy. Stuart, who is in Harrogate. Yes, Stuart, I might go and practice some golf. I'm playing golf on Friday morning with my friend Paul over at Ilkley, which will be nice. Rekha, thank you. Verona, Christine, Caroline. Yeah, it's been really good fun. So, Franny, I'll let you get on as well. What time is it in Australia?
It's very cold. It's winter, unfortunately.
Oh dear.
10 degrees, that sort of thing. Although today was a high of 15 for half the day.
Yeah, you look a little bit cold. Was it your cat that was behind you?
She's still asleep.
Oh, she's still asleep, right?
Yeah.
Well, cats love sleeping.
Oh, that's good, isn't it?
Yes.
Well,
our pussycat Tigger, he's enjoying the sun back home in the ex-family home. Right, Franny. Well, listen.
All right. See you next week, and thanks to all the lovely students for joining in and being so active. It's great.
Yeah, no, it's great, the interactivity, isn't it? It really is the main part of the class.
All right.
Questions. So great, Franny. Have a good week yourself.
Yep, you too. All right, I'll exit everybody.
Yeah. All right.
See you later. Bye.